Hello everyone to Information and Communication Technology paper 3, where we will be doing website authoring paper or task, and this is for May-June 2018. We're doing paper 3-2. So let's go and start with the first task that is related with preparing the evidence. So we have to open this evidence file in RTF section. Before that, we need to extract the zip file. So let's extract the 3.2 file and let's group it by type and make sure your extension is visible. After that, let's open that RTF evidence file. It is the only RTF file here. And let's check. Okay, we already have some written titles for evidence. And then make sure your name, center number, candidate number will appear on every page of the evidence by placing these details in the header. Okay, it is so mentioned to be in the header. So double click here at the blank 3 columns and put your information in them. If it is mentioned specific alignment, put it in specific side. After that, let's go to the next question. Save this as a word processed document in your work area with the file name evidence followed with your candidate number. Okay, so first step, let's go and save as and browse it to your path where your file is, and then put the name they ask for and then make it follow with your candidate number. Secondly, don't forget to change the save as type or file extension and make it as document X. After that, let's save it and make sure it is added into your working area over here. Okay, that will be finishing task 1. So we will be placing some screenshot and answers in this evidence file. Second task, which is related directly with web page. You work for Hot House Design and will develop web pages for the Colorado Cabin Company. Many of the people who will view the web page have a very slow internet connection, so efficient markup must be used. So remember this, that we need to use some efficient markup, especially in CSS. Okay, so create a folder called CCC_HTML and locate these files. I think there are 4 files. Yes, there are 4 files and we have to locate it inside this folder. So let's go right click and create a new folder. So let's see, we have JPEG picture and PNG picture. We have 1 JPEG already and 1 PNG. So logo and cabin. So cabin here, logo here, and let's drag them to that folder. CSS file, which is called J1832SS. Where is the CSS file? Over here. It is this one. And the last one is a text file. Okay, so let's open our file and group it by type. Okay, so right now we're done with locating these files, and let's go to the first question in CSS. So create a web page called CCC.htm and the page should look like this. So let's open Dreamweaver and create this table in it. And let's create the new file for HTML, and we can name it from here CCC, and then create it, but we will need to rename it again or save it. So let's save it from right now in our working area, just not to forget it later, because you can sometimes misplace it in different places and then you will be in rush to look for it. Okay, so CCC.htm. And here we go, over here we got the file. Okay, so let me make it into split design, as we can see the design and code both, and make sure that your design is showing over here if you're using CSS I mean CC 2018 or any other CC designs. Make sure you're using this design, not live mode. Live will be showing you in a different way. You won't be able to control the tables. Okay, so let's go and create this table. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 2 columns. So let's go place our cursor in the body. So the table will come over here and go to insert and click on table. So we're going to choose 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows over here and 2 columns. Okay, let me check the other settings before we click on OK. Let's check some of the settings. So they're asking us over here to set the table width. You can see there are numbers here. We better put the width right now. So this seems the biggest number, which is the width, as the first number is the width, second is the height. So you can say 900 is the width. But what is the unit? Read a little bit below. Each table is identified with a letter, as you can see here. And all dimensions are in pixel. So those numbers are in pixel. The letters and dimensions shown in the table must not appear. So I'm not supposed to write this on the table, these numbers and letters. The table borders must not appear on the final. So we have to make sure the grid lines or the table borders should be disappeared later or invisible. So first of all, let's set it to 900, the width, and make sure that it is in a pixel. The border thickness, they said it shouldn't be appearing, but I'm just going to keep it 1 so we can adjust and check our things. Later I will make it 0. So let's click right now on OK. And here we go, we got our table. So let's start with the first one. So as you can see here, we have 2 rows merged. So row 1 and 2 here not merged, but here in the first column it is merged. So we can take the first 2 and let's click on table and merge them. Then we have the 3rd row and 4th row all like merged. So let's highlight table and merge them, and highlight the 4th one and table and merge them. Right now let's insert the width and height for each cell. So the first one, let me put it like this next to each other so we can easily adjust. Okay, this one will be, the width will be 580 and the height will be 577. Okay, it might not change here that much directly, so don't worry about that point. Mainly it's supposed to show in the code like this. Next one is 320. Always remember the first number is the width and the second is the height. $320 and the second one 32. Let's go to the before the last one. We already set the width to be 900, but it's alright to set it one more time. As you can see, it didn't appear because we already set the width to be previously 900. Let's go to the last one, and again 900, and the height is 80, so only the height is showing. If you click on design, you can see our table is right now ready. So let's go back again to the question. We're done. And so let's place in cell A this image. So cell A is the very first one over here, and let's go to it. Click, put your cursor in the first one, and let's click insert, and where's the image? Over here, and let's put the picture of the cabin. this picture. Oops, the picture seems really large, so let's go back and check. So resize the image in the markup, that means in the HTML, so that it is 570 pixel wide, maintaining the aspect ratio. So let's go back to our picture, click on the picture. You can see the code of the picture. So we have to reduce the number into 570 pixel. Okay, if one thing I change it from here, you can see the aspect ratio is not maintained. What we can do, so let's turn it back again as it was before. I'm going to Control Z and let's click on the picture, and we can do it from here. If this section properties is not showing, you can go to Window and make the properties ticked or make it appear, and then you can dock it in any site. So let's change the width from here to be 570. Make sure this lock is connected. If it is not connected, means the aspect ratio won't be changing. So 570. So it didn't change because my aspect ratio wasn't maintained. Okay, let me close the lock, and right now let's change it. Okay, here we go. It got changed. Okay, I think there is a problem here, or I'm not sure. Let me check. There is no issue. So let's save it. And let's go open our HTML file. Okay, it's working. Great, and let's go and check the next question. So place in cell B that image of the logo, and again we will need to resize it and make it 360, and the wide or the width to be 440. Sorry, this is the yes, so this is the width, this is the height. Okay, so let's go to B. As we can see, B is supposed to be this one, which is over here. So let's go back to Dreamweaver. It's supposed to be this one. Or what I can do, if it is like mine, showing like this way, so you can, okay, it's right now working. So let's click here, insert image, and here's the logo picture. And then let's check the numbers we have to adjust. 316. So click on the picture, 316, and the height supposed to be 440. Okay, let's check by maintaining the aspect ratio. I believe this number will change. I don't want it to change, but let's check if it happened. I'm going to remove, yeah, it changed. So I'm going to remove the aspect ratio and make this back again to 316. Okay, so let's save it and let's go and check the page here. Good. And number 4, make sure your appropriate text is displayed if an image is not available, means the alternate text should be appearing. So let's go back here, click on this picture. Over the alt here, let's put any alternate text in case the picture or the internet is slow and the picture is not appearing. This text will appear instead. So this picture holding the name cabin, and you can say the cabin picture in the snow, or let's name it. And or we can say it is about Colorado, right? So we can put something related with Colorado Cabin Company. So I'm going to change it Colorado cabin, picture in the snow. So that's the first one. You will see that the alt code is added here. The second one is this picture. We can say this is a logo picture. We can say the Colorado Cabin Company logo, and we will see it's added over here. Okay, save it, and let's go and check the next question. Place in cell C this text and set it as a style H1. So C is this small one. So let's go and paste it, highlight it, and from the format here set it to heading 1. After that, question number 6 says place in cell D the text from the text and set it to H2. So cell D is over here before the last one. So let's open. I didn't save it, so let's save it, or Control S and Control R here, or refresh. And as you can see here, so here will be the text. So let's open the text file. Here we go. And let's Control A, Control C, copy all of them. And let's go to Dreamweaver over here and Control V and paste all of it. And they say to set it as H2. Place in cell E, which is the last cell, this one, and we need to put the website prepared for hot house designed by our information, and set it as H3. So let's go back. Okay, I didn't paste it over here, and let's follow it with our information. And then let's set it as H3. Center align the table in the browser. So we want to make the table in the center. To do so, we have to go to the table, and we have to add a CSS inline CSS over here. We have to write style, and we have to put 2 CSS codes here. So margin from the left side supposed to be auto, then colon, put the margin from the right side to be also auto. So notice here right now it is on the left side. As I will click, it will become in the center. Let's save it, Control R, and here we go to center. All the cells are right now full. Okay, we're supposed to remove the grid lines or the borders. We can right now remove them. So my border over here could become just, let's remove this line. Okay, so you can see it is gone. Let's save it and run it here. Okay, it disappeared. Let's go and carry on to our question. Set the default target window so that the new page opens in the current window. So to do this, we have to go to our page. So what we have to do, we have to put it in the head. We have to go and put base, and the target supposed to be equal to self. Okay, and don't forget to close it. Then number 10, make only the text hot house design a hyperlink to the web page, that is this web page. When you're typing the web page, make sure you're typing with the slashes and everything else, spelling, dot, not to make any mistake. and then which should open in a new window called a new window. Okay, so let's go over here, hothouse design. Okay, it's over here, hothouse design. So only highlight to hothouse design and go and insert a hyperlink to it. So here's the text, the link just paste it directly, and then for the target you can choose as they asked us, which is in a new page. Click on OK and let's save it. Let's go over here and check. As we can see, this opens, so let's click on it. It's supposed to open in a new tab here because we put the target to be new. And here we go, it's opening the website. Okay, let's go right now and carry on to the next question. Make the image of the cabin, which is this one, a hyperlink, okay, to send an email message to cc at cambridgeinternational.org with the subject of information request. Okay, so we need to make a hyperlink, but this is an email hyperlink. So let's go to this picture and let's select hyperlink. Let me check if we have an email hyperlink. Yes, over here, go to HTML section and email hyperlink. Here we go, you will get what is the text you're getting. Actually, we don't want any text, it is a picture, so keep it empty, and over here we're supposed to put the email. So type the email, and then after that there is another part of the question. We shouldn't stop here. It says with a subject line called, there should be a subject appearing when we click over it. That subject should appear as information request. So what we can do after that, we put a question mark and we put the word subject equal to that subject we wanted to appear, and then let's click on it. Here you might get some problem that the link supposed to be between a picture, over the picture. So what will appear, there will be some problem appearing like this. Just simply what you can do, as you can see here, the picture and the link is ending over here, and they're putting a default, the same link as a text over here. What we need to do, we need to bring this picture instead of this text over here. So just simply copy the picture, cut it, and instead of the text they put it here, they placed it by default. You can delete it or erase it, and you can here in between paste your picture. Okay, let's save it and let's test it. As you can see here, before I refresh, you can see my mouse is not turning into a click or different shape. So let's change it, and as you can see here, down over here, you can see that they're going to open that with the subject. So let's click on it, and if your computer is configured with any email software, you will find it is opening to that email and the subject is appearing also in it. Okay, that means it is working. Let's go to the next part. Attach the style sheet, which is called J1832ss.css, to the web page and save the web page. So to attach the web page to here, go to the CSS designer. If you don't have CSS designer, just make it appear from here. In the CSS designer, go to the source and attach the existing CSS file. I have to look for that file, which is this one, click over it and make it in a link, and as you can see, the file is attached here. That's the one way to make sure of it. Another way, the color, some fonts and things, you will find it's different right now in your HTML page. And the third way to make sure, you will find there is a link line added over here in the head section. So after that, save the page and let's test it. Okay. So evidence number 1, display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all the text can be visible or easily read, and the address bar is visible. Okay, you should keep these points in your mind, and take a single screenshot for the browser window and place this in your evidence document. So that's going to be our first evidence. So let's open this page and let's try to resize it. To resize it, we can simply go over here, zoom it, or you can use the keyboard 2 buttons, Control minus and Control plus. Control minus to zoom in or zoom out for plus. So keep adjusting till you find the right size. We need to include this also. So what I am going to do, I'm going to resize this also. Great, right now I can take the screen capture. So place it in evidence number 1. For evidence number 2, take a copy of HTML source. So we need to take a copy, not a screenshot, of HTML source and place this in your evidence document. So what they mean, this code. So right click, select all, or Control A and copy it. And let's go to evidence number 2 and place the whole code here. It's better to make it into one page. You can, just to differentiate it, you can make it into another font. Usually the font that is used for coding is Consolas. It looks like a code, so it is better to keep it like this. It is actually just an optional. If you don't want to, it's not a must thing. So separate it and make evidence 3 to be in a new page. And you can save it. After that, let's go to the next question. Open the style sheet that is called ss.css in a suitable software package and examine its content. In this style sheet, h1 is defined as Times New Roman and serif. Using this example, explain in your words how the browser interprets these fonts and why one value in the font family definition has a speech mark around it, like this one. Okay, so let's go first of all and open that file. You can open it in any application. My application that is opening right now currently in Sublime. You can open it also in Dreamweaver. And let's check it. So as you can see in H1, you have the font family. The first font that is usable is Times. In case the computer cannot find Times in your computer or in your list of the fonts, they are going to go and use Times New Roman. In case they couldn't find Times New Roman either, then they are going to use any serif font that is decorated and they're going to replace it with that font. So this is what it means by using those three. The meaning of the quotation, why they're using the quotation here but not here or there, that's because this word or this font is made up of 3 words and there is space in between them. While this word is just only one single word and there are no space usable. Space can cause sometimes trouble, so what we tend to use to put the quotation as to mean it that it is just all one word. So that's why we put the quotations over here. So let's convert this into proper words and let's write it down in evidence number 3. So type your answer into the evidence, not more than 100 word. So we can say first of all that the browser search through those available font list for the first font, which is Times, and if it is not available or not displayed, then it will search for Times New Roman. If none of them is available, then the browser will use any predefined, means any available generic font, and it's going to be using it. So as you can see, we divided this into 3 points, as we have here 4 points. So 3 points given for each, 1, 1, 1, 1 for this, and the 4th point is going to explain about why did we use about speech mark or quotation, double quotations. So for the double quotation, actually we can use double quotation or single quotation, doesn't matter. So speech marks are, you can say around this Times New Roman to define it as one single whole string. So it doesn't search for Times as a separate one, New for another one, Roman as another font, considering this as one whole because there are spaces in between them. So that was evidence number 3. Save your evidence, and then that's all for website authoring. I hope you got all the questions and answers, and see you in the next paper, in the next task for spreadsheet.